Welcome to No Harm, No Foul. It's your host, Wayne Breezie and Mike Andrews, and we are back with that daily 49er content. Mike, what's going on, baby?
Good, fam. How you doing over there, man? Good to see. I like you got the Scully on there. Let's
Oh,
go, man.
it's Scully season. You know, if you on the
It
East
is.
Coast, you know that the temperature done dropped below 50. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep the ears covered. You don't want to get the sick through the ears. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
got a lot of football to go.
Yo, the cold in the morning, it just hit different out here right now. Like
It's
this,
a different
I be
cold,
feeling
bro.
bad. My son walked to school in the morning, right? And he be out so early. I'd be like, yo, I can see his breath, right? But then when they come home at the end of the day, it'd be like 73, 74. And I'm like, damn, I feel bad. He got the heavy jacket on. And I don't know what to do. Like, do kids still carry a bag to put their coats and stuff in, or do they like hang it through the straps of the backpack? Like, what's the cool thing for kids to do to have to like carry a coat with them?
I don't know. I don't know what the cool thing is. Long as my son goes to school and he's warm, he good. He gonna wear that coat, and then he can take it off when he get in there. But yeah, as of now, it's cold. It's cold outside. Like it's cold. It's cold in the morning, really, and then when the sun warm up by noon, it kind of thaw out, and then it's kind of cool. And then as soon as the sun starts setting, it get back to that cold temperature. But guys, man, welcome to No Harm, No Foul. This is where we give you like Niners raw content, 30 minutes or less. I know we started 3 minutes late, but don't hold that against us. This is our first preview show, game preview episode. All right. So, what we're going to do every Thursday, God willing, we're going to preview the game. We're going to give you a preview game. And so, this is going to be fun because Mike and I are going to go at it for 30 or 27 minutes, 26, 27 minutes. All right. We're gonna go at it. All right, Mike.
I got a question for you, man. How come we're not doing previews on Friday?
So uh
Hmm?
we can.
No, because we like Face Off Friday. We like the way it sounds.
I know
So
I
we
was
wanted to
trying
let
to
you all.
yeah, I was trying to think of a word for Thursday. Like face off Friday is cool. So face off Friday is a little different because we're gonna pick two players at the same
What?
position that are gonna face
Mm-hmm.
off. But I can't think of a word
Right.
for preview Thursday. Like it doesn't have the same ring. Tune in
Well,
Thursday, throwback Thursday. I don't know.
we'll
It
find something. We'll make it sound good for y'all. We
they'll come
promise.
up
Don't
with
worry.
something as well. Listen, Mike, like looking at this game. So I just did the Madden, and so I encourage you to take 2 hours out of your daily day at some point and just watch it, and just make sure you're smoking a blunt, and make sure you laugh the whole time.
What?
Because I promise, Mike, you will be, first of all, you're going to be rolling off the edge of your seats. The game was intensified for 60 minutes, bro. Like 15-minute quarters, and you will be like, what the whole stream. I promise.
Oh my God. And yo, you do such a good job of teasing these things because I'd be like, yo, well, what happened? I'm not telling you. I'll be like, come on, man, but I can't tell. Like, you can't give me a pre like
Bro, this
G-
I'll just tell you this. I'll give you this one hint. One thing, right? The total points in the game was 103.
oh my two of the
Sh-
top defenses in the NFL about to play against each other and they put up that
bro,
many points. Crazy.
shout out to the 190 people that were in that stream with me from the minute to it started. Yo, it got so bad I had to push start just to make sure that I made the right corrections. And so in the beginning of the game, they had Ambry Thomas out there, and I was like, no, this is not it. This is not real.
So you
I,
made some substitutions. I
I
like
just
that.
I just made the one like because it had Diamador Lenore as the starting nickel. So the moment that they come out in three wide receiver sets, he automatically is gonna play the nickel. So Ambry comes out there. So I had to change that. He's still the starting cornerback. So then I put Oliver at the starting nickel. But man, when I tell you Mooney gave up like 5 touchdowns, bro. Welcome to No Harm, No Foul, man. This was just a quick recap of the Madden challenge that we just did a couple of hours ago. Let's preview this game, Mike. Look, 49ers, Browns, 49ers on the road. We got some interesting things to talk about this particular matchup, not just the new age matchup, but there's some history to this, right? And so Mike, I think you got a cool, interesting stat. When is the last time the 49ers actually won in Cleveland?
Yes. 1984 was the last time the San Francisco 49ers beat Cleveland in Cleveland.
Now, the last time they played in
Wild
Cleveland was
fact.
2015. I
Right.
believe that was under the
No, no, no.
Tom Sula era.
You said the last time we beat them?
No, we played them there.
Oh, played them there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Last time we beat them there was in 1984 before any of the players on the 49ers were probably even born.
No, they weren't born. The oldest
The
player
oldest
on the
is
Niners
Eric
is younger than
Armstead.
me,
Right,
and
right.
yeah, I was born in '83, so I know. Crazy. That is crazy, man. Like it's a lot of interesting stats surrounding these guys. If you guys want to know it, like I have, you know, I have some cool stats here. Now we got to keep in mind a couple of things, right? The Niners don't play the Browns often because it's an AFC team, so you know what I mean. Like it doesn't happen a whole lot. It
Yeah.
doesn't happen a whole lot. You want to guess what their all-time? This will be the 21st time they've played this upcoming game. It'll only be the 21st time
I
that
think the
they've played each
Niners
other.
win, right? The Niners are in the lead.
No,
Oh, they're not.
they are not.
What is the
Cleveland leads the series 12-8.
okay?
No
Well,
ties.
well, the matchup. So we're facing a Jim Schwartz defense. Kyle Shanahan is 8-1 against Jim Schwartz.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But things are different, right? Like things are a little bit different now. Like you can go back to the Atlanta days and like whenever the Niners faced him, Jim Schwartz, and when he was with the Lions, I just don't know. There's got to be context to that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not sure, like what those losses were at this moment, but it's gonna be crazy. Like Kyle Shanahan's he's facing the number one defense in the league. And so when I talk about number one defense, right, we talk about total defense, Mike. We're talking about, in 4 games, they've only given up 787 yards in 4 games.
I
So
read that wrong.
huh?
I read that all wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm
So
super sorry.
I don't know why
The
you're sorry, but
Niners, because this is 29 games and the record is 10-19.
and the Niners are winning.
No.
Oh, so they have 19 losses against the Browns.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm bad.
And
All
a
right.
lot of
All
that
right.
was before the Niners were even like the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, because the Cleveland's one of the first franchises in the NFL, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay. All right. I mean, look, like I said, there's context to that. But let's get back to this game. Let's talk about this matchup. We don't have a lot of time, so 787 yards, 196.8 yards a game. They're keeping teams to 196.8 yards per game. You know how many yards we kept the Cowboys to last week?
I want to say it was something like like 220.
It was
I'm probably
197.
I'm about to say I'm probably being nice. Like they was getting worked. I'm sorry.
It was 197. They gave up
Mm.
197 total yards. All right. So in the passing game, 125 yards. Teams are not passing on the Cleveland Browns. Like 500 total yards in 4 games, 125 yards per game. As far as rushing, they're ranked fourth. They've given up a total of 342 yards, 68.4 yards per game. And then as far as total points, they're ranked first with 60 and points per game. They're ranked second. All right. They're ranked second with giving up 15 points per game. So that's their defense in a nutshell. And, not trying to compare defenses or things like that, but I feel like we got to go and look at the Niners offense, right? Like, what does the 49ers offense put up per game? And the 49ers offense total rank is number 3 in the NFL, behind the Eagles, behind the Dolphins. They're averaging 402.6 yards per game. As far as passing, I believe they're ranked like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're ranked eighth in passing. All right, so that's 246.2 per game. And then in rushing, they're ranked third with 156.4 yards per game. And as far as points per game, well, they're ranked second at 33.4 right under the Miami Dolphins. So the Niners have the different. I feel like the difference is that I don't know who Cleveland played off the top of my head. I have to look. We can look that up, right? But looking at Cleveland, like what type have they played a dominant offense like the
Right.
49ers, which is averaging 30 points a game?
So the best offense that they have played would it's tough because they weren't them yet. I was gonna say the Bengals, right? Like that's a good offense, but they only put up 3 points. That was Joe Burrow looking pretty bad.
And
They
that's a
played the
divisional
Steelers,
game too. Like, you know.
right? Well, so the Steelers also they played the Steelers, but they put up 26 points. Probably one of the best games the Steelers have played. They played the Ravens. Ravens put up 28,
Good
and they played the
offense.
Titans. They played the Titans who put up only 3. So that's where they are on the year. Why is there only 4 games here?
So I like that you put the context because like when you think about the Bengals, were the Bengals still aren't the Bengals. Like I still don't know what the hell Bengals you gonna get week in and week out, right? And so like that's actually a good point. And the
Mhm.
Steelers clearly couldn't score on us. And then so you look so like they played the Steelers who don't have this high powered offense. So you have to say on paper, uh-oh. On paper, it's the Bengals, right?
Yeah. On paper, it's the Bengals. Yeah. That would be the best one. I was trying to figure out why their stats just look so much lower than the rest of the
Oh,
league,
they
right?
one less
Like
game.
yards.
Yeah.
They had a bye week.
Right. So it's one less game.
Man,
But
I
you
ain't
got
scared of these
it
bums, man. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
not
I'm just
seriously.
kidding.
You
I'm just
shouldn't be scared, right? Like I mean you shouldn't be. I mean, like and that's what we're here. Like and so like the Niners, let's talk about the offenses the Niners have faced because they're ranked third overall on defense. So they have a
kidding.
top defense as well.
Well, fourth as far as yards. They might be third in scoring defense, but in yards, the Niners are fourth, right?
No.
Really?
Well, as far as I do yards per game. I could care less about total yards. Like I always go off of the average yards per game. So yeah, total yards they're ranked fourth.
Okay.
Yards per game is only 266.8 yards per game.
See what you're doing. That way, the bye weeks don't affect anything.
Exact.
I see what you're doing.
Come on here now, bro.
You good. That boy good. That boy is good.
We good. This is a tag team back again.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
And so
So
like,
the
go ahead.
the Niners are doing what now? We're doing defense. You talking about, right?
Yeah. So like the defense against the pass, they're ranked like 12th, right? And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So then if they're ranked 12th, they've played some pretty high powered passing offenses, right? Well, you had to
I
deal
think so.
with the Rams game really skewed those numbers because they just gave up the gut to the Rams in the passing game, right?
They did. They couldn't do nothing about across the middle of the field, man. But
They
I
they
think they tried to like, they checked us a little bit.
well, they didn't get beat deep though. That's the crazy part. They just got gashed. Like
It depends on how you look at it. We do give up one deep play a game roughly. Like, we just did it last week.
mm,
We had the one play where Oliver got beat deep. The Cardinals had one deep one.
did the Cardinals have a deep one? No.
I thought the Cardinals and the Rams both had one shot down the field.
The Cardinals did blow by Ambry Thomas, but the touchdown wasn't the deep play. So yeah,
Right, right, right. Oh, you looking at just scoring plays. Okay, I see what
I
you're saying.
was. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No,
But
no, it's
no, you
cool. I
looking
get it.
at
I
it
get
as
it.
the yard. So you're right. Like
Mhm.
Ambry got beat on the double move. I don't remember getting beat deep within the Rams game. I don't. I remember getting cut all the way up. I remember Puka Nakua had like 30
Right.
receptions, bro.
You might be right. Yes. You might be right. They was going crazy across the middle. You might be right.
And every
I
time
got you.
when Matthew Stafford did go deep in that game, we intercepted him. So it's gonna be like and when you look at all right. So when you look at the Browns offense, and I go yards per game again. Like I'm going yards per game.
What are
Dude,
they at 172? Oh, no,
they're
that's passing yards. You're looking at
so no,
total.
the yards per game, they're getting about 316.3 yards per game, but they're ranked 21, 32,
Mhm.
33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. They're ranked 21. So they're ranked 21st. 316 total yards. Now, if you want to go as far as like what they're passing, I mean they're at the bottom. So they're
Right.
the majority of their stuff comes at the run. So they're at the bottom. They're 29th, 20, 32. They're 30th, excuse me.
Mhm.
185 passing yards per game. And as far as rushing, they're up there.
143. They're top
One,
five.
yeah, top five. But
Mhm.
how much of that is skewed from the quarterbacks to the running backs?
Still counts though, right? Like
Oh,
it's they
it counts. It counts. It does.
and I'll be honest with you. I think if you have a dual threat quarterback or a guy that will get you a couple yards per game, it's more dangerous because they're liable to bust one at any time. If it was just running backs, a little easier to try to plan against it, right? But if you got to mix in the quarterback, I think that makes him a little bit more dangerous.
And that to me was how the Arizona Cardinals were able to play football because Dobbs would take off and run. To me, that is the Niners' Achilles in every game. And so we're talking about this game. Like they have three quarterbacks that will run. Let's just keep it a buck. They have Deshaun Watson. They have PJ Walker will take off and run. And if DTR, if I feel like if Deshaun Watson isn't able to go, like which we don't know, and DTR would be the second quarterback. He would be that second backup quarterback in this game. So PJ Walker, Deshaun, DTR is you have to plan. You have to game plan for all three QBs right now.
And it was cool because they asked Kyle if he was worried about PJ Walker in particular, and he was like, "We're gonna have a game plan for all three quarterbacks. Like
Right.
that's not a problem. That's not a problem." So Kyle was calm, cool, and collected over there, man.
Well, I reason why I brought that up is because I know a lot of people don't fear PJ Walker or DTR. He's a rookie. Like they're not gonna fear those guys in the passing game. What's gonna happen is those guys are gonna get scared. The pocket's gonna collapse, and they're gonna take off and run. And once you
Run.
do that, it opens up the passing game for those quarterbacks because now the Niners got to play a count. They have to put an extra guy in the box. They got to make sure that they're containing this quarterback that will take off and run. Right? Crazy. Now, the Niners look like they're going to have a loaded squad because now you got Elijah Mitchell back at practice, bro. And so how crazy and ironic is we do a Jordan Mason episode yesterday, and then Elijah Mitchell was like, nah, man, I'm coming back. Like I'm tired. I'm tired of all
Here,
of this.
and he heard what I said. He wanted me to be proven right or wrong right out the gate.
Right
Hey,
out the
Mike
gate.
said that if I'm here, I'm RB2, and then we settled on nah, maybe not by the end of the episode. So now we're gonna find out. We're gonna see who gets the first carry if it's not CMC.
I think it's gonna be Elijah Mitchell, like you said. It's just so funny because it needs to be Jordan Mason who will go right back to where he was if
Oh
Elijah
man.
Mitchell is cleared to play. So the trade rumors, all that crazy stuff, it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's
It's
not
going
it's not officially gone, but it's it's,
right.
it's delayed a little bit.
They're not scoring a lot, man. I'm looking at the point scored for them.
No,
They're
19 and
they're
right,
30.
19.
Yeah, they're averaging 19 a game. That's nothing.
Now, well, the Niners
They're
are
averaging
only because the Niners only give up an average per game 13.6. The Niners have the number one scoring defense in the NFL.
mm-hmm.
13.6 points a game. They're not
Yeah.
even the Niners aren't even giving up their average.
And that's why this is going to be like the Niners defense should be able to go crazy against their offense, right? But then it's like this is going to be the best test for our offense against their defense.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's what's really, really exciting, right? Like you broke it down earlier. The Niners are going out there 156 rushing yards a game, but they're only allowing 71 rushing yards a game.
But they
And this
also
is a team
hasn't
that
played. They haven't played. Oh, let's go back to the four teams then. Cincinnati.
right,
Hold on. I'll do it like this. Let me do it like this. Tell me the four teams. I'll tell you what they average per game.
right. So we're going to start with the Bengals.
Hold on. I feel like I did something wrong. Okay, there we go. All right. So I was like, what? So the Bengals are 31st in rushing, 74.6 a game. Next,
Steelers.
you said who?
The Steelers. They play the
Sorry,
Steelers
I
next.
heard
No, no, you good.
Gurus. I was like, what? The Steelers
It
are
was
30th, 80.4
oof,
points a game.
okay. This is already not looking good. The Bengals. Oh,
They
what you
played the
said? I'm
Bengals,
sorry. The Titans.
the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
The Titans are they're 18th with 106.6 yards per game.
Okay. And then the last one was the Ravens. This last game.
Okay, so the Ravens are fourth in rushing with 146 yards per game. So how much did they? Which team did they give up the most rushing
That's
yards
fourth in
to?
rushing.
The Ravens are fourth.
I would guess. I don't. Let me see. They probably gave up the most rushing yards to the Ravens.
Well,
That would be my guess.
I thought you had that there. That's why I asked. I thought you
I
had the.
I got it pulled up right here. So they gave up 131 to the Ravens. The
Bro, we
Ravens went
about
out
to
there
rush for
and got
200.
theirs off.
We
And then
about to rush for 200 yards. Yo, they gave a what? So the Ravens barely had their average, is what you telling me? Well, I can tell you right now, the Niners are gonna they
mhm,
look. And so, but I do want to say that the Ravens probably pinned the rushing off of Lamar Jackson, right? Because like who led the team in rushing?
for the Ravens, you said
Yes,
that was. Let me go to team stats real quick. Player stats. Rushing was Gus Edwards with 48.
and what
The
did
Ravens
Lamar
actually
have?
had a really balanced. Lamar had 27. He was third.
And then
Justice
what did
Hill had
you,
33.
you coming out? Yeah, and
Melvin
then
Gordon had 21.
And what do the 49ers like to do? So, like, the Niners don't necessarily have to gas you with 100 yards from Christian McCaffrey. What they did
Mhm,
against Dallas last week was crazy because Debo got you 30, okay? And then they mixed it up with the different running backs. This could be a committee
right.
150-yard plus rushing game. And so, like, if the Niners come in with that same game plan, I just don't see it negates the pass rush. As great as Cleveland's defense is, they could be number one after 4 games, cool beans. But can't you literally say they only play one top team so far this year?
That's the Ravens, and they got whooped by them. They've done some disrespectful stuff though. Like, what if their defense is so good that they're making other teams look bad? Like the opposite effect of what's happening with the Cowboys, right? Like the Cowboys defense looked good because they played really bad offenses. Like we see that everybody is going to beat the Giants. Everybody's going to beat the Patriots, right? Like that we thought, oh, the Cowboys really did something. And it's like, well, hold on now. Maybe they didn't. But what if it's the opposite effect here, right? Like they did like some disrespectful stuff against the Titans. Like the Titans are the Titans. Like that's a running team, right? And they finished the game with 26 rushing yards. This that's not cool. That's not something you just like,
But I
oh,
feel
not a
like
big deal.
the Titans' identity is totally different than what it used to be. And you got to look at their offensive line. They don't have Luan anymore. They're missing key pieces what they used to have for Derrick Henry. So their rushing attack totally different.
Okay, and a game that the Steelers won and had a lead in 3 times, and we know the struggles that they have passing that ball. The Steelers ran for only 55 yards. Like what just I'm
So
just saying, what if their
what?
defense is making people say, hey, like they doing it to us?
But the Steelers still won, right?
They did. They had a touchdown drive at the end of the game. Yes.
So basically, you're telling me you don't even have to rush for over 100 yards to beat this team. That's what you just said to me.
Mhm.
Okay, so I know we're gonna rush. They're going to come out to try to stop the run. So they might get Christian McCaffrey for 51 yards. They might get him for 47 yards. I bet you'll get 2 touchdowns. Because the
Yeah.
Niners though the Niners predicate their offense off the run game, Mike, they can still screen you up, quick throw you up. Like there's so many ways to push you off the run.
Right. Yeah. And You know what I like so far about what we've done, right? We're talking about the game. We talked about, you mentioned Kyle versus Schwartz,
Yeah.
right? Like that scheme versus scheme. Both of these teams do something that I think is very unique. The individual players don't usually matter, right? Like how many times did we say DeMarcus Lawrence in Sunday night's game? How many times
I
did
don't
we
think
say
we ever.
Micah Parsons?
I don't think we said it.
Right. Because what Kyle happens to do, unless one of those defensive players like absolutely takes over a game, Kyle game plans around those star players. So the individuals aren't going to make a difference on the defense. It's how do we match up against the scheme that they present? You know
I
what I'm
I
saying? Like,
I think to be fair, I think T.J. Watt made that an exception. Even though we still beat the team, he was still a problem. And I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Myles Garrett may be a problem. Like, but what's interesting is he hasn't been a problem for the last time we played them in at San Francisco. We actually beat them bad, and Myles Garrett wasn't a problem. It was with
Mhm.
Jimmy Garoppolo back there. Now I feel like I just trust Brock Purdy's quarterback pocket awareness a little bit more than I trust Jimmy Garoppolo in 2019. But Nick Bosa had the better game out of the two. That's going to be our face-off too. Bosa versus
Nick
Garrett.
Bosa went crazy. Nick
Oh my
Bosa,
gosh!
the
Now
flag
they
planting thing he did at half. Oh my! Oh, don't get me started.
the preview to the face-off Friday. They want Denzel Ward versus Mooney Ward. So do you want to do that instead of Bosa versus Garrett?
I'm not ready for them to hate me yet. So no, can we not? Like,
Because you will trash Mooney Ward. I could get. I knew where this was coming. Like, listen, if you watch the Madden, bro, I cursed him.
Madden did me some justice. They said Mike
Yo,
was right.
they said you were right, bro. I don't know. He went into halftime and had a conversation with himself, and then he came back and had an interception and then and a tip down, PBU in the end zone a little bit later. But now seriously,
Mhm.
like I just don't see. Usually, great defenses would triumph over great offenses, right?
I don't know that to be true. I know that there's this expression that
That
defenses win
wins,
games,
yeah, like right. But they're at home, so they kind of got the favor. They kind of got the momentum going their way until they get punched in the mouth, right?
but it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now, right? Like you see it,
The
right? Like
7.5, right? But but Mike, come on, let's come. I'm trying to find a way to be fair without
mhm.
really saying that we about to whip their ass, Mike. Because
So then
I
just say the Niners win a close one. That's as fair as we can be.
Mike, this game not even gonna be close, Mike. It's not even gonna be close, Mike. This game not even. I I'm so I'm finally so freaking confident in our offense, right? It took us how many years to be it took us how many years to sit there and say, this is how I know we're confident in the offense. Prime example. Jimmy Garoppolo was here and he threw a pass. We'd be like, what the was that? Why can't you do this? What the is wrong with you? If Brock Purdy throws a bad pass, we'll be like, he'll get him on the next one. No curse words. That's how we know there's a difference in this offense. Now, listen, I'm not saying Cleveland defense ain't going to try to come out here and do what they do. I just don't think that I think the defense is going to be their defense is going to be on the field probably predominantly 75% of the game. That's not good for their defense.
See, I don't think so.
So you think it's going to be
I think
closer?
no, no. I think it's going to be a lot of possessions for the Niners. I think it's going to be a lot of 3-and-outs for them, maybe 1 or 2 first downs.
Right,
We
which
get the
makes
ball,
the
and I think we scoring quick. I don't think we run the time off the clock. I think the Niners going to put up some points.
but don't if we put up points, isn't their defense out on the field predominantly the majority of the game?
Not if we scoring quick. If we score,
Even if you're scoring quick, like they still gonna keep coming back out. That's gassing the defense, right? Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I'm just saying
I'm thinking time of possession.
I'm just saying I think their defense is gonna be gassed because they're gonna be on the field. Like I think the Niners put up 52 points on the road, bro.
Yeah. I like it. I like that score a lot. 51, 52 is right where it's at. That's the
Yeah,
sweet
like
spot right there.
I really think that's I think we toggled with the 50 last week. I don't give a if they got the number one defense or not. They ain't played the number 3 offense. They played They played the Ravens and got beat, right? That's what you told me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Yeah.
divisional game. It's a little different game plan. This ain't a divisional game. Kyle don't get too flying fucks about what he do to this team. This is the AFC game.
Yeah.
He just showed you what he did to America's team. He gonna go to Cleveland and try to beat the brakes off the Browns.
He bringing a brown paper bag back, baby. That's it, though.
That's it, man. That's it.
Guys, we got to get out of here, man. This was fun, man. Wayne got me hype at the end of this, man. I have no idea what the final score was in his game, but I got to go see these 120 points that was put up. I'm going to go rewatch this while I sit in the car during ballet, man. Listen, y'all be great out there, man. We had a lot of fun. Don't forget to come back for tomorrow's Face Off Friday, man. Shout out to James Jefferson, the newest member of the show, man. Salute
Love
to you guys.
James.
And that's it. We got to get out of here, man. No team is safe when the Niners are on the prowl. I'm Mike. That's Wayne. This is No Harm, No Foul. Peace.
I always forget to check for these, Mike, and this is the second episode. But Sean is here. Go ahead, read this, Mike.
It says, do you think our lack of sacks is a change in philosophy to keep the QBs in the pocket instead of Russell Wilsoning on us? Did he fix that problem? Over pursuing by a defensive line is a part of game plans. Is it possible Sean's hitting on something here? This could very well have some merit behind it.
I think the Niners are not trying to. I don't know that. I don't see the over pursuing, but I still don't see the pass rush. It's not there, not from the outside. So I don't know. I don't think there's a big change in the philosophy. They're trying to get to the quarterback, but the Niners have always tried to rush for. It's not like we're seeing something different. They never really blitzed a lot.
Right. And we're doing a little bit. Well, I would think we're blitzing a little bit more this year than what we have in the past. Right. But I think they focused on pass rush from the middle so that quarterback.
Well, they could now because they added the piece, the piece.
I think they're avoiding the quarterbacks breaking the pocket and then going crazy on us.
It could be, but quarterbacks have pretty much gone crazy. Like the ones that can run.
The quarterbacks that run well against the Niners. Think about the Russell Wilsons and all that stuff, right? Like, are they running up the middle or are they getting outside?
It seems like they're getting more outside. They're not right. Able to get up the middle.
Right. So now we bring extra pressure with Armstead and Hargrave right up the gut. So they forced to step to the outside a little bit. But because our good edge rushers haven't collapsed the pocket, now it's too wide for them to go. So if they do have to cut back up the middle, if they could happen to get past one of those big guys,
but you got
the best linebackers in the NFL right there.
But even with quarterbacks that don't do that, we still ain't getting to the fucking quarterback, Mike. So what are we talking about here? Like my point is,
we got three sacks last week. 3. Which one was it?
So you want to go
more pressures?
You want to go? We always pressures. Let's not confuse pressures and sacks. I know sacks make up the pressures. So let's not have that conversation because the Niners are one of the top pressuring teams in the NFL. But as far as sacks, we got like Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead got they shared the sack, right? Yeah, we got to the quarterback, but Dak ain't take off and run. And on top of that, like let's look at the other quarterbacks. We're just not getting to the quarterback. It could be this. I'm just saying
something I'm definitely going to keep an eye on. I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to revisit this for sure.
For sure. Mike, Sean, there's a question from Vince, and he wanted to know.
No.
How you? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
All right, guys, we got to go. Y'all getting extra clips. Look at that. Reload it. We out. Peace.